I'm gonna do the editing.
Okay.
But
So-
now, yeah, go ahead.
Welcome.
Hey, what it do? Welcome back to the Natural M.A.N podcast with your host, Osalot William.
Hey. Afternoon, shalom, everyone. Welcome to the Natural M.A.N podcast. The Natural M.A.N, Master, Able, and Noble.
That's
I tell
right.
you, Master, Able, and Noble. But master of self, not nobody else. You the master of self. Today, man, we're gonna be sharing some information concerning court procedures. And I chose this topic, man, because I was in that venue not long ago, and I really saw how scary people were.
Right.
Sitting here hoping the judge in a good mood, and
Yeah.
and me, I'm sitting there not giving a damn what
Right,
kind of mood
right.
the judge is. That ain't got no bearing on me what kind of mood he in. But anyway, we don't know law. We don't know law, and it's to our detriment, to our demise. So we gonna fix that. One of the first proceedings in court, quote unquote, is status. They don't tell you this. They just presume or place you in a negative status, and then they move on through jurisdiction and start to adjudicate you. But status hasn't even been talked about, discussed. They just assume.
That's
and,
right.
and the status they assume you to be in is a dead status. A status known as silver litter mortuus.
So now let's just break it all the way down for those that don't even understand nothing. We're not talking about Facebook status or nothing like that. We not just clarify, like, what do you mean status?
Okay. For instance, if me and a Manchurian, what you commonly call a Chinese man, if we have a dispute, in order to settle this dispute between me and the Chinese man, we got to put our status on the line. He is a Chinese and I am an American.
That's right.
So now we got to go to the treaty between Chinese and America to settle this dispute.
So status is your nationality.
It's your standing.
It's your standing as a natural man.
Your political standing in a political society.
Okay.
So once you get that established, now comes jurisdiction, which is something that they skip also.
Okay.
And they do it for the benefit. Because if you challenge the jurisdiction of the court, now the court must produce to you what's known as a delegation of authority.
That's right.
Meaning they got to show legal paperwork.
That's right.
On how and why they can get to decide on this particular case or matter. So without that, then they can't proceed. Or if you challenge jurisdiction, they can't proceed. But again, those are two things that they commonly and intentionally skip in the quote unquote court venue. But we're gonna fix that. So if your status is not sui juris, I know no one may have mentioned that term to a lot of you, but that is a lawful term. It relates with status. So to define, we're going to define sui juris because it's very important to put your status on the record.
That's right.
In any lawful or contractual procedure, you need to go in there with a well-known and defined status. Otherwise, you can get yourself in some trouble. Sui juris, meaning of his or her own right. Okay. Possessing full social and civil rights, not under any legal disability or the power of another, or guardianship having capacity to manage one's own affairs, not under legal disability to act for oneself. So, when you are in sui juris, you are saying that I am a competent natural human being, not a fictitious corporation, because that's what they identify you as being in municipal court, is a fictitious corporation. Hence, your name would be in all capital letters.
Right.
Now, if you identify, I know you don't write your name like that. You write your name in all.
No, I don't.
No sane mind person
Write
their name like that. So if you answer when someone address you like that, then tell me how that turned out for you on down the line.
Right.
Because you are identifying not with or not as being a natural person, you are identifying as being a corporate fictitious entity who has surrendered one's rights in exchange for privileges.
Highest loss of status.
Capitis diminutio maximum.
Now, this is what he was talking about at the fire barrier yesterday. So it's important that you definitely learn etymology in words and what words really mean and how society plays on words, because, like brother say, if you control the words, you control the people.
That must use the words.
That must use the word, that's right.
And a lot of times we would take that, okay, well, that means such and such. Verify that. You got to prove that that word means such and such.
That's right.
We ain't saying what this commonly used for this word is. We saying what's the etymological origin or nature of this word.
That's right, that's right.
Not what it then grown to become, because a lot of people think nice is something good. Somebody tell me to have a nice day, I tell them your mammy.
Yeah.
Because I know what nice mean.
Yeah.
I'm stupid, I'm dumb.
Yeah.
But it been changed in have a nice day. Oh, you too. She don't know what nice mean.
Mm-hmm. I'm sitting here dead like it means something now, nigga. I wear. Okay, it gotta mean something for you not to like it.
The etymological meaning relates to stupid, dumb.
Okay, nice.
Yes, but we use it. Okay, see how it changed its meaning, but the etymological origin of the word.
That's right.
Means stupid and dumb. Another word that get us in trouble.
Go check my door.
That word would be driver, traveler.
That's right.
That's why we're having this discussion right here, because we don't know the difference between a driver and a traveler.
That's right.
And when you don't know the difference, you will run into situations like this where you got to challenge the jurisdiction of the court, and you got to tell the court to put their status on the line.
Right.
So, this information right here, these court procedures, if you don't know what your status is, you can reach out.
They're gonna hook you right up. Have you in there scared to poop.
If you don't challenge the jurisdiction of the court, they get to decide how much money they finna take out your pocket.
Now break it down about court.
Okay.
Because most of the time they tell us come down to this justice center, and then inside of the justice center they saying it's court. But that's not accurate from what I understand. You gotta have somebody taking records all the time. So break that down.
Okay, so let's talk about the court, the municipal center, which is not a lawful court. It's not an Article 3 court. We'll get off into that later. However, you have either your affair is going to be a criminal affair, or your affair will be a civil affair.
That's right.
So when you question the jurisdiction of the court, you're asking the court to place on the record their delegation of authority.
I see it.
And from that, you can intelligently move forward on how you're going to protect yourself. Because if you don't know what type of venue it is, you might be trying to defend yourself with civil tactics when you're in a criminal court. So they got to put on the record that this court has this delegation of authority from X, Y, and Z Congress.
Right.
Oh, the municipal court don't have court of records. Oh, I'm in the wrong venue. What I'm doing here then?
That's right.
And when you don't have, and this is what we don't know, when you're not in a court of records, meaning that lady or that man over there typing everything that means, when you're not in a court of records, you can't be sued.
Yeah.
That means ain't nobody can bring a claim to you, or you can't even go to jail
from there.
So what the judge be talking about when you sit over there? Oh, okay, I sit over here. Because I know I'm not in a court of records, so I'm hoping he finna fuck up and send me back behind the cage. And we're not in a court of records.
That's right.
I hope he do that.
Yeah.
Cause he gonna cost the district attorney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty penny. So the information is super vital. And I ain't gonna even stop them because it just keeps going. The more and more you realize how far you crawled up into the intestines in the belly. We say the belly of the beast, but you don't realize how far you in the intestines you are. And you gotta bag up by there inch by inch in order to secure your rightful status.
Right.
So, or to reclaim your rightful status.
Reclaim because it was stolen.
That's right.
So again, going in these venues, court procedures, another way etymology comes in handy is you would know how to present yourself. For instance, when they say appear. If you go to court and saying you are appearing, just that word alone puts yourself in their jurisdiction, because that is a court terminology, meaning you are showing up as either the plaintiff or the defendant. So you already place yourself within their jurisdiction. That's why you don't appear. You make a special appearance. I'm appearing specially.
Yeah.
As intervener.
That's right. As how you say it, as to hear the case on the trust.
Oh, so in another thing, you can't identify. You never identify with the all capital letters name. That is not a living, breathing person. That is a corporate, fictitious entity. And what makes it fictitious because you claiming to be
something that you not, and they know that. But you voluntarily done it, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let you do it.
There go the breeze, do it to yourself.
Oh, man.
There go the breeze. And we don't challenge nothing. We go along to get along. We get this black robe. Oh, judge don't do me like that.
Too much
judge
power.
Don't do you like that.
Yeah, too much power.
First of all, he ain't a judge.
That's right.
First of all, he is not a judge.
That's right.
All right. In order to be a judge, you have to administer over law.
That's right.
You can't be a judge administering over codes, statutes,
right.
ordinances. That's what administrators do.
That's right. Let me get that right up.
But until then, you don't have a standing in law. And that term is called civil liber mortuus. Look at that word, mortuus. Mortuary, mortician, and it deals with what?
Dead.
Etymology. See how you can get that root. The root of that word means death.
That's right.
So just think about the word that started with mortician, mortuary. Civil liber mortuus, you dead in the view of the law. Get what that means? I can't even use law to settle your affairs. Bad as I may want to, you got dead status. I can't. I got to use a code now. I got to use an ordinance. I got to use a regulation, a statute. I can't use law because your status is dead. You dead in the eyes of the law. Yeah. In the all capital letters name that you answer to being starts that. Starts the snowball.
So do you have a license?
No, I suspended that contract.
Yeah.
I don't need
Do you have a
permission.
license?
Yeah, I got an ID because I was so far off Mr. Charlie ass. I got to bag up out of there like, damn, he had me. He had me. So yeah, I got one, but I don't really have to use it for that. I don't go nowhere where I got to show my ID for that. So it really make a lot of sense what brother been teaching about status and jurisdiction and all of that, because they charge just like the water and the lights. They charging up for natural stuff like
Your own land.
yeah,
Mhm.
like it's so much. We so far off his ass if it.
And go ahead.
So who is it billed to if you don't have?
It's your debt is discharged. First of all, there's no lawful money on the land. I know you think you got some. See, this don't say. Let me show you. Let's go here real quick.
Yeah,
You got one?
I don't know which one you need.
We got to go through the third grade first.
Oh,
We're gonna come up through the third grade. Cause a lot of things we just let me get that one. Yeah. A lot of things we let get past us. So first of all, the top of this says Federal Reserve Note. Think corporation. Corporation. This is a Federal Reserve Note. This is a commercial piece of paper. Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. On the back of it, it says United States of America.
Yeah, right.
How many things you heard in that? In me saying the United States of America, how many things did you hear?
Four.
Not how many words.
How many things?
How many entities did you hear when I read that? United States of America. Did you hear one thing?
Two.
Okay, which two things you heard?
States in America.
Really, that's the United States. That's one.
Okay.
Of, we know that to be what? A prepositional phrase,
Mhm.
and it connects two things.
Mhm.
So you got the United States being connected with the natural land, which is America.
Mhm.
There's no land called United States of America. The land is America. North, South, Central. Okay, there's no landmass called
United States
of America. All right. Now, what's being connected right here is a corporation, which is the United States Corporation, and the natural people of the land. They asked these folks over here. They said, "Hey, man, can we come and do business over there?" These folks said, "Yeah, y'all can come and do business over here, as long as you don't fuck with my people, my folks." He said, "Okay, cool." They set up shop through the Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1787 and 1836. I know you don't know nothing about that. It's intentional. That's the treaty that governs their behavior over in their land. Their land is your land, which is this land. They got you identifying as being over here, and you gotta get your ass back over here. That's status. If you're over here, you're in a dead status because this is a corporation. Title 28 USC defines the United States as a federal corporation.
You need some coffee.
So that's why you are not a U.S. citizen. You can go to jail if you say that shit out your mouth and get fined.
And it's on the book.
I know they made you put your hand on your. I know they did it to me too. They made me put my hand on my heart and pledge my allegiance to a banner of a corporation. I might as well have pledged my allegiance to Macy's or Sac Fifth Avenue. Because that is not a flag, that's a banner. This denotes the land that we stand in, which is Morocco. That's where the word America comes from. America, Al Morocco. America through file shifts, umlaut, epenthesis. These are terms that they use in writing. which they do vowel shifts, add, take away. Al, they drop the L. America, Al, Morocco. Same place. The most extreme west, because guess what? Before the Atlantic was the ocean, it was a lake that you can swim across. That's why it's one land. That's why you ain't come from nowhere. You've been at home the whole while. I know what that was. You came over here and you watched Root. They showed you Roots in school. Come to find out, Alec Haley got his ass sued for plagiarism. Because he stole that story from, that was an old African folk story. But just look at the foolishness it perpetuated in the minds of the masses that we came from somewhere else over him. Like we immigrants. Like we settlers. We ain't no fucking settlers. We the national of the land. It's records that we was here in 7-Eleven running shit. Y'all used to have, the Europeans used to have to pay us just to come by the waterways. Not even on the land. They used to have to pay us, and you were tributary. Oh, we jacking that ass up and selling you back to your folks. Taking your ship and your cargo. We had them enslaved first. The treaty was for to keep our foot out their ass. Now they got theirs and ours. So we gotta go back to the treaty too.
That's right. That's right. Well, I would like to thank our people that tuned in to the Natural M.A.N podcast. It's always a pleasure to be able to, put this information out there. And so I ain't gonna always be here. And y'all might see this podcast around a 5-barrel, walking down the street. It don't matter. We don't need no church. We don't need no mosque or no synagogue. This is the truth right where you stand, and that's where you gonna get it, wherever we at. So I'm gonna be out because I got people that's coming in. I got stuff I need to do. I'm gonna leave y'all with Ocelot. Man, thank you, man. Keep doing your thing. We out. Let me get that by the way.
Okay, go ahead. So, again, you want to put on the record your status.
Are you still recording?
That's what we do this all the time, like, cause we want to be as real and we want to answer the questions that's common. I know it's gonna be some questions like, well, what? I know because it's challenging what you already been previously told.
Right.
And a large part of our beliefs come from the public food system because they had driver's ed in them. And you're not a driver. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
They got you identifying with status that you're not obligated to identify with because you are a traveler. And driving is a liberty, not a privilege. You can't take my God-given right, license it, and turn around and sell it back to me, and penalize if I don't jump this high or if I go too slow. Come on. That's, again, that denies you of due process.